Fans, it's Travis here, back with another product unboxing video. Today we're looking at the brand new set of Schneider Cine-Xenar III lenses. Now the Schneider Cine-Xenar IIIs are actually Schneider's third attempt at making a cinema-style prime. The first two iterations had a couple of problems with them and were priced more on the affordable side. Now the threes, the Cine-Xenar IIIs, are their third attempt, and so far the experts in the field are giving them pretty rave reviews, so we're really excited to have these here in our rental inventory now. We just got this full set of 6. I've got them laid out here in front of me, so let's dive in and take a look. Schneider's got this new style of packing these lenses that's kind of unique. I haven't seen this before. Each lens comes buffered with these cardboard pieces with this plastic like membrane in between, so the lens kind of floats on the plastic membrane. There's no actual like foam or peanuts or any other like or hard rigid corners that are actually touching the lens. It's kind of a unique way of packing a lens actually. This is the 18 mil. It's big. It feels sturdy and well made, but yeah, it's definitely a bit heftier than I kind of initially imagined. All right, got that done. So here we have the 6 Schneider Cine-Xenar IIIs, starting at the widest, 18 mil, 25, 35, 50, 75, and 95. So a pretty versatile range. 18 mil is a pretty good starting point for a wide lens. I kind of wish there was a 16 or even a 14, but on a set of lenses like this, 18 mil will definitely get the job done. First impressions. The lenses definitely feel sturdy, well built. It's like an aircraft grade aluminum billet housing, very similar to housings that you're starting to see on really high-end lenses like Leica Sumilux Cs. It actually kind of reminds me of the Leica housing quite a bit. The rotations and everything are as you would expect to be really smooth and buttery. Not quite as like super crazy smooth as like a set of Leicas, but these are about 5 times cheaper, maybe 4 times, but they still feel great. So people that know lenses a little bit better than us have actually done some pretty good reviews of these already. So I'll kind of like recap what some of the internet reviewers out there have already said. First of all, there's a lot of blades in the iris. The iris mechanism, I believe it has like something like 18 blades. So it gives you a very unique looking bokeh or out of focus area that's very circular. So if you have like specular highlights that are out of focus in your scene, you get a very nice round circular looking bokeh. Nothing that's kind of like hexagonal looking or anything like that. And they're also really sharp and very neutral looking. In resolution tests, they measure up to the same resolution style as like Zeiss Ultra Primes, for instance, which are very popular cinema lenses. They resolve just as much detail as Ultra Primes do. These are also pretty fast. For lenses in this price range, you really can't do too badly with an 18 mil that's a 2.2. That's the slowest lens. I believe the rest of them are all 2.0s. Oh, sorry, no, the 25 is also a 2.2. And the 35 is a 2.1, so not a pretty negligible distance, and the rest are all 2.0s. And with today's cameras having really high sensitivities, like ISO up to like 2000 in some cases, having a lens that's a 2.2 or 2.0 is not too bad. And one thing to note about aperture is that it used to be the case that when you were shooting with a lens that was wide open, that was all the way at its minimum aperture, that you would get quite a bit of softness. The lenses would normally perform, if they're stopped down a couple of stops, they'd perform the best in that region. Like super speeds, like Zeiss super speeds are a great example of that. If you shoot a super speed wide open at 1.3, then you're gonna get a soft image. Some people like it, some people don't like it, but it's definitely softer than it is if you're at like a T4. Now with the Schneiders, we do get a little bit softer, but because they're so sharp naturally anyway, even at a 2.2, you're still going to get a very usable, very crisp image. The Schneider look is not a characterized look like an ingenue lens or a Cook lens. People talk about like the Cook look, and that it has like warmer skin tones and more vignetting or more fall off in the corners. People like that character. The Schneiders are very German in the sense that they're very neutral, which can be a good thing. It gives you a very clean palette to start from, and they do also kind of really remind me of ultra primes in that sense, in that their look is very similar. The resolving detail is very similar. So these lenses are really kind of on the same playing field and the same characteristics as a Zeiss Ultra Prime. So maybe we should actually pull an Ultra Prime out so we can look at them and really see what the differences are. Let me go grab those. Okay, so here is our 50 mil Zeiss Ultra Prime. Very, very popular lens, very high-end lens, expensive lens. And here is the 50 mil for comparison Schneider. So I put those side by side. You can really see the Schneider is definitely bigger, quite a bit longer, and heavier. Maybe, you know, half a pound, 3/4 of a pound heavier. Just rough guesstimate. Now the reason for that is the lenses have very similar capabilities, but the Ultra Primes are definitely more expensive, and that's why you see that's why they're more compact. It takes more engineering to make a lens with that type of capability in this compact of a unit. So you might be thinking, look, these lenses have very, very similar capabilities. The Ultra Primes, however, are lighter and smaller, which is great. But they're also more expensive, and that's kind of the trade-off here. The Ultra Primes have a very good, solid reputation, and it's small and compact. It's great for like handheld and things like that, but it also costs more money. Whether you're looking to buy them or rent them, you're still going to pay a little bit more of a premium for an Ultra Prime, whereas if you're okay with a little bit more of a heft to the lens and a little bit longer, larger footprint, the Schneider could be a really great alternative and help you save your budget a little bit as well. Now, one other feature that I think is pretty notable and pretty unique to this Schneider Cine-Xenar IIIs is their macro ability. Oftentimes, if you want to get a macro shot, a really close-up, close focus shot, you know, like if you're shooting like an eyeball or something like that, you need a special lens, like a lens that's designed specifically for macro photography. The Schneiders all have very, very close focus distances that lets you gives them very much a macro-like ability without needing an actual specialized macro lens. Now, the last thing I want to mention is that these lenses all come in area standard PL mount, so you can use them on pretty much any cinema camera, from an Alexa to a Red Epic, Red Scarlet, f55. But the really cool thing is Schneider also makes a Canon EF mount for these lenses, and we have them. I don't have them here in front of me to show you, but it comes in a little box like this, and we can actually take this PL mount off and put the EF mount on, so you can use it on a Canon style camera, like a C300 is a popular cinema camera right now. That these would work great on, or even a DSLR. I should also talk really quickly about sensor coverage. These are not full frame lenses. They're not going to cover the full sensor on a 5D Mark III, because that's a really big full frame sensor. But for everything from like an Epic to an Alexa to most cinema cameras, you get fine coverage, not a problem at all. It's designed for a super 35mm image circle. So a lot of people are asking is, will the Schneiders work with the new Dragon sensor upgrade coming soon from Red? And the answer is yes, it definitely will work. It'll cover all the lenses in the range. Will cover up to 6K HD on the Dragon sensor with Red, so that makes them very, very usable. If you're using the full sensor area, like I think it's called 6K full frame, or 6K, might even be 6K 2:1 on the Red Epic. Some of the wider focal lengths might give you a little bit of fall off on the corners, but if you keep it in 6K HD, you'll be just fine. And you know, for most people, 6K worth of coverage is pretty good. All right, so thanks a lot for checking out this video. Quick little bit of shameless self-promotion. If you don't want to go out and buy a brand new set of these lenses for yourself, but you still want to shoot with them, you can always rent them from us for a pretty reasonable rate. Other places can rent them to you as well, but I would suggest you come to us because we're pretty cool. I believe they're listed on our website, and you can check the current rates. We are located in Culver City, California, so you can pick up locally here at our office that you can see here right behind me, or we can always ship them to your location. We have a hard shipping case that we can ship them pretty much anywhere in the country, sometimes same day, or internationally as well. Just check out the website if you're interested in that for more information. And yeah, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.